Hello everyone, George Kenner. As you all know, I purchased the Stepcraft M1000 CNC machine and I'm excited to use it. I'm very happy with the purchase that I've made. I'm trying to get this thing up and running and I hadn't planned everything out as well as I thought I had. Stepcraft advertises the machine as a tabletop CNC machine. Well, the problem that I have is I bought it with the vacuum table. Now let's talk a little bit about vacuum tables first. The vacuum table has to have a piece of MDF on top of it. And they skin the top and the bottom of the MDF, removing, I'll call it a wax-like surface. The middle portion becomes a sponge. The table sucks it down, and then when you lay your piece on it, the vacuum that's created through the MDF will hold your piece in place so that you don't ruin your bit and throw the piece you're working on all over the place. Well, the problem that I found was that the flange that comes in the middle of the table is almost as tall, and you can see is almost as tall as the top of the table. So it's about 3 inches. So immediately I thought, the only thing I can do is drill down through my table. However, my table is actually a large cutting board that I put on top of a toolbox. So how am I going to cut through it? Well, I started thinking about shifting it over one way and pulling it forward another, and then routing pieces of ductwork down through the table at either the front or the side. So I was really having a hard time finding the fittings that were necessary. I pulled the flange off and it came actually from Woodcraft. It's part of their Wood River line. So I ordered a 90. I got this in. And I bought an extra flange because I thought I may destroy this one in trying to rig something up, engineer something up. So this was about $9. Well, the problem is even this one will not insert into this. They're the same outside and inside diameter. That wasn't going to work. So I thought of cutting the top of the flange off and putting it on this one. Still, the height relationship to the table, it's too tall. So I went to Rockler in San Diego and I found this, which is the Flexi Porta hose, and it's basically designed so that if you have a sander and you want to run it into a standard shop vac, it's not like the Festool that's all integrated in and designed to be inner working components, that you could come up with something basically the same. So this was inside the box, and I found that it was the same size as the Festool, which would make it would make the connectivity interrelated. So I thought, well, man, I'm getting closer. Maybe if I cut some of this off and some of this off, I could get to the right angle and then take a piece of this hose, and which is flexible, route it underneath the inside portion of the CNC machine, and I'd have my solution. I actually think I do have my solution. And as I rig this up, I'll put it at the end of the video so you can see how I did it. What else did I buy at Rockler? Well, I had to buy another vacuum cleaner. I didn't buy it at Rockler. I bought this one at Woodcraft. And the reason for it, Rockler didn't have it in stock. It seems that some of these Festools are really rather popular. This one was $349. And I came to realize that to put the MDF on the top of the board, the vacuum was not created with what I thought it was. I thought it was created with a small vacuum pump like is used in car refrigeration. It's not. It's another shop vac. So I come to realize this is going to be loud in my garage. Solution. The ISO Tunes. Safety hearing device with Bluetooth. I can rock out or listen to a podcast, about $89. Perfect solution for me. So if I'm out here and I'm watching the machine run or I'm setting something up, then I can make that happen. What else did I buy? Got my girlfriend a little gift, rubberized silicone glue stick, because I bought some more wood. Let me talk about wood for a minute. I bought a piece of hickory it was close to $100. It's a little taller than waist high, it's about that wide. Not cheap wood. To make a nice end-grain cutting board out of that, I don't want to mess it up the first time. I bought some cherry, I bought some maple, I've got some nice wood that's starting to gather dust over on the side of my garage. I bought some Paduke, and I've also bought some Purple Heart and a couple of other small pieces, maple turning, bowls, that type of thing that I have envisioned projects out of. The poplar was the least expensive. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna take and I'm gonna glue up a nice poplar in-cut board and do it first. I'll have about $45 into the board instead of $100, $150 of wood into my first project, because I just started with this. And I promise that I'll show you how the board comes out, good or bad, and share all the mistakes that I made or share my success with you. And that's the reason you want to subscribe. I'm not going to have this stuff go away. We're not going to stop making these videos to share my experience until I get rather proficient with using this. And then if anybody has any questions to me, even if you have a question now, leave it down in the comments. I'll do the very best that I can to get you an answer. I still give Stepcraft very, very high grades in all the customer service they've given me. I did come to a problem with the machine after I had surfaced the MDF, and make sure not to get particle board. Get MDF. My board locked, and it appears as though there was a problem with my e-stop on the panel. It probably got jostled when it was shipped here from Connecticut. All I can say is they, in 2 days, sent me a replacement panel. Came second day air. I'll get that installed. I'll show you how I did that, and then we'll light off the CNC machine. And this little piece of leftover, I got 3 pieces out of the spoil board. The MDF cost me about $42, enough to get 3 large size spoil boards and probably about 6 pieces this side. I'm going to try and carve something in this with the V-Carb program. This will be one of my first projects. Again, hope you subscribe. Wish you all the best. And if you're learning CNC, you got any comments, leave them down there. I may be able to learn from your experience also. Thank you.